I was like, I figured we're doing that on stream, but yeah, it's unusual for me to miss that. My bad.
That's fine. We were already live when you said that. Hello, welcome to Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel. My name is Tony Macinda. We're a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game designs, beard and skincare alchemy in the Bardic College of Content and Creation. Our hope and desire is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games and help amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. We do that in a lot of different ways, but the most fun one is sitting down with those designers to play those games. And in this situation, play around in a setting that apparently has been a labor of love for a long time. We are stepping onto the streets of a city that used to be called Ambition, but is now just referred to as Blister City with KeganExe. Kegan, why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, where they can find you online, but also tell us a little bit about Blister City.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kegan. You can find me online at KeganExe on anything important. So Twitter. Yeah, we're playing Blister City. What was the other question? I'm still distracted.
Who
by
you are, what
earlier.
you do. Just tell us about Blister City. If this is someone's first stream, they don't know who you are. If they've been around for a bit, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm a game designer. We're playing my game, Blister City. Blister City is a sort of cyberpunk setting. It's set on Mars after terraforming fails. We're in the last bubble city remaining on the planet. It's the first and last city on Mars. Everything else has fallen around us. And we'll get into it more when we actually start the game.
Awesome. Sweet. If people want to find out more about the game or go pick it out, you can go to the link that's right below Kegan's head there on screen, ttrpg.link /BlisterCityGame. It'll take you right over to the itch page. You can go check it out. Let's meet somebody who we haven't had on stream in a little bit. I'm super excited to have you back with us, and that's Laura. Laura, why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, where they can find you online?
Hi, I'm Laura Page Turner. I make games sometimes, but I didn't make this one. I'm just playing this one, and that's wild. And you can find me online. I'm Glaive Guizarm everywhere that's important. Wait, I got one in the background.
I have to say, that's a Glaive right there.
So just search for that on the internet, and that's where you'll find me.
Awesome. I also didn't know that you can go to blister.city apparently, and that's more useful. I would have just put that down below.
No. It's a completely useless link. I haven't updated it to go anywhere. So if you go to the page, it says "What's Blister City?" and then under it says "How the fuck should I know?" It's a landing page
for the game. That's
that
great.
I forgot to update till right now.
That's great. Awesome, Laura. So glad to have you with us. And then we've got our good friend Max, who we have with us again. Max, why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, where folks can find you online?
Yeah, I am Max Wellander. You can find me online at Max Wellander, all of the places. I occasionally also make games, and then also make weird other little things. I just really want Kegan to tell us what an RPG is.
Yeah, Kegan, go ahead and at the start of this, just tell us what an RPG is. Also, let's all whip around and just say who our corporate sponsor for today is as well. And so, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by McDonald's.
The one day when we're all owned by the corporations and are the corporation, it'll all be great. So we always use a couple tools here when we're on stream to make sure that we stay on track, as much as it may seem like we haven't been so far. And those are lines, veils, and the X card. Lines are things that may happen in the world of our game, but don't happen in the course of our play of it. They are off limits. Veils are things that may happen in our game, but are handled within a certain context when they come up. And then the X card is the ability for anybody at any point in time to say or type X, and we'll pause the game, identify what the issue is. They don't have to explain why they don't like it. It could just be because of confusion. It could be because they find it offensive. We might need to add a new line or veil, but once we remove that, we'll move forward in play in a different direction. We have a strong line against sexual violence here on the channel, but we do like to have a conversation about all the other lines and veils that we want to establish for today's game. Does anybody have any lines or veils they want to add?
Ooh, I do.
Yeah.
I always like adding a line about young kids getting hurt or killed because I am an anxious parent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I played a game the other day on stream where you play as like 12-year-olds, but it's a violent, dark horror game. And we came very close to that level of it's one thing when you're playing a game and that's like your characters, it's a little bit different, but we came very close to that line for me. So I always appreciate that one getting added in. Any other ones we want to add? Cool. Just remember we have those tools. If we need to add more to them, those are living parts of our game. We also have an open door policy here on stream, which means we may need to talk to somebody off stream, get up, move around, eat, drink, all the normal things that humans do. In the future, when our robotic overlords come to run Blister City, they won't need those things. But for now, we do. If you need those things, you should do them. We will also too. And with that said, I'm going to hand things over to Keegan to take us into Blister City.
Yeah, why don't we, an unusual start for me here, why don't we introduce our characters first, if we don't mind? I'll just go in the same order we did before the stream started. So, Tony, why don't you start real quick?
I gotta get over to my character real quick. Chat, I'll let you decide. My character is either named Grant Arcanum. They are a stage magician performer who travels between Earth and Ambition City. I am from Ambition City originally, now called Blister by the locals. I have a mix of like it's classical, my aesthetic. So I'm either Grant Arcanum or I'm Dreamanu Reeves. Chat, you tell me which one of those two names I'm going to go with. My aesthetic, no matter what, is kind of classic stage magician, but anywhere there would be like gold or velvet, there is now like crinkly, like holographic foil or circuitry and holograms instead. So that's my aesthetic, is classic like 1950s, 1920s stage magician, mixed with future tech in any of the places that have embellishments. So chat, you let me know though, am I Grant Arcanum or am I Dreamanu Reeves? Just let me know.
Perfect. I think, Max, you went next. So
I'm just envisioning somebody wrapping themselves in an emergency blanket when you say stage magician but crinkly and foil. I'm like, you're just wrapped in an emergency blanket.
Imagine this, and if you've seen Better Call Saul, this is actually, this in the thing that the outside is like normal suit material, fine magician, like synth wool. The inside, when you open it up, is where like the crinkly, foily, flashy part is. So that and obviously my cape is entirely made out of crinkly space blanket material.
I love to have a crinkle fabric just rubbing right up against my skin. That just sounds so pleasant. It's real good. I am playing Gremlin, who is what is the? I'm a gutter snipe, which means they've been like kicking around in the city for a while. The aesthetic is wholly neon, like shitty EL wire, in that way that only like ravers, from the internet now, but also from the late 90s, would like to like line all of their clothing with EL wire and then just put a bunch of LEDs on stuff. Nobody knows what my face looks like because I'm wearing one of those gross. I get these advertised to me on Instagram all the time. The LED masks that you can program to have different faces and looks on them.
I hate that I know someone who has one.
I have one of the pseudo horror ones. I tried to find it, but it's in a packing box somewhere. But the pseudo horror ones that have EL wire X's for eyes is one of the ones that I have, the Halloweeny ones. I was like, if I could find it, that's where it would be. But just a sheet of LEDs, just irritating boops all the time.
I really need you to continually tell us what is on that mask as we play.
Yeah, I'll find some weird images.
Laura.
I am Doc. I am an uplifted artificial intelligence. I used to be an automated medical station. Like the Autodocs from Fallout New Vegas? Everyone with all the big little arms that have like syringes and saws on the end and whatnot. One of those, but now I got legs.
When you got uplifted, they gave you legs. I got to hear this.
I was uplifted onto a pair of legs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And Laura, what was your character's name again?
Doc, with a 0 or not, I don't care.
Also, chat has universally spoken that I am Dreamanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And which also does mean I canonically am the hologram of Keanu's downloaded intelligence generations later, re-downloaded into a human form and performing as a stage magician.
Wow, it's literally the plot of Cyberpunk. Including the stage magician bit. Nothing's
He's
changed.
Johnny Mnemonic me back into a body.
Perfect. So this group's already been together in like some small form at least. So how do you all feel like you met?
I hate making things rotate around me narratively on stream because I feel like as the host, I have undue pressure. So anybody can push back on this pitch. But do y'all want to be like my local contact / team?
I was gonna suggest, since my only useful skill I've decided, other than like being kind of hulky, is putting LEDs on it. That could be a potentially useful
Trait for a stage magician.
thing. Also, you may be the stream host, but you're also the performer of the lot. So
I understand. Like, yeah,
decide to put yourself front and center.
I understand that. I know exactly what I did, and I thought about it afterwards, and I didn't change anything. I made a choice. I'm complicit here. No, I love that. Like you as like.
Cape
As
programmer.
like booking agent / environmental arts.
You have Doc here for when you fuck up.
Yeah, I'm just here in case an LED electrocutes Dreamanu, and that has happened more than once.
A thing that is actually hard to do. It is actually hard to fuck up LEDs so much
No,
that they harm you, but I can do it.
It was hard. Now it's very easy.
In the future, those LEDs are more powerful than we have now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're all sort of Dreamanu's crew here.
The Dream On crew, if you will.
The Dream On crew. I hate this. This was fun. I'm leaving. Yeah, so I'll say in that case, Dreamanu, we've probably been performing somewhere recently. And in the lower levels, there's this woman named, I have it written somewhere, Boomy, who runs Boomy's Botany. She runs sort of they do like genetically modified plants for sort of the rich people in the city here. But she also does some botany in like some of the lower parks and stuff. And she has like a sort of elaborate flower code most people here don't know about, where she's been passing information around. And this is something the crew knows how to read. And you all know that there is an attack being planned right now on one of the upper level. Actually, yeah, we'll say the attack is on the only group we really like here. Uplifters Anonymous have like sort of like warehouse they work out of on the upper levels. And you all looking over this code know the attack's coming. There's only so much you can put in, so you don't really know when it is or like who's doing it yet.
Excellent. And do we suspect that Doc was uplifted by the Uplifters Anonymous, but don't actually know because they're anonymous?
Oh no, I'll tell you, I was definitely uplifted by Uplifters Anonymous.
Okay.
I know it.
Awesome. So we know an attack's about to happen against them. A digital attack?
I'll say we know it's definitely gonna be some sort of physical attack. It seems likely to be like a raid or something.
Okay.
When I think the face is just Dreamanu's face.
On this day, we're all Dreamanu.
Is it Dreamanu's thoughtful face? Is it thoughtful Dreamanu?
It kind of signals that like I'm not currently in the house. Just
Okay, so we know that there's an attack coming.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, do you know where their warehouse is at currently?
Absolutely.
I do. Yes. Well, yes, I absolutely know that fact. We should make our way there quickly.
Yeah, you still have you still have like Zipbreak, who would know this even if you don't. So
Did you?
yeah, you all are able to head towards the upper levels. No problem here. No one knows to be worried about anything other than you all yet. But yeah, you're able to get up here. You find Zipbreak, who's able to let you know a little more about. They've recently they tried hacking into. Let me find another company. Oh yeah, they tried to hack into like the Ashmans have a hollow reality district in the center of the Blister City. That was the word I was looking for. They have a district in the middle of the city where you have to wear like VR goggles to see anything. And they were like, it'd be fun. What if we uplifted the whole district? And it did not go well. So when you tell Zipbreak, he's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. They're responding.
So they forcibly uplifted the entire VR district.
They tried. They were
tried.
unsuccessful.
They were unsuccessful. Yeah. Okay. And so this is the response of what was the name of this other company?
This was the Ashman family.
The Ashman family. Have I ever performed for the Ashmans before?
Have you?
I mean, I think somebody of my renown. I think there's like the elder Ashmans are just like absolutely not, like that's old world trash. We don't need that. Which has only made the not quite so older Ashmans, the next generation down, massively obsessed with my performances in art. So I've done a lot of private events for the Gen X equivalent of
yeah, you've done some events, but you can't let Grandpa know you've done some events.
Grandpa is not allowed to know that we've had Dreamanu events on Ashman properties, and so cool. What do I think is their most likely form of assault then?
So the Ashmans are one of the bigger families in Blister City, so it's very likely coming through their front doors. Their most likely option here.
Like they're just unconcerned. But are they even being secretive about it? Did somebody hack and find a release of this attack, or is it just like we're coming for you? This is
They've likely been openly talking about it to their friends. Boomy works in some like higher end circles, so this is likely something she just overheard. And if she overheard it, they weren't being secretive about it. No.
I'm gonna pull out like pull up, I guess, my like it looks like a monocle like pops up on my my eye. And I just start like typing in midair. And I'm gonna post out on all my my social media platforms that I've got a pop-up show happening outside the warehouse. I'm not using Blister Book. I'm only using social media platforms that I know, and I accidentally like tag and untag Phineas Ashman, who is like the most worthless Ashman, like always on the outs with Grandpa. Like everybody in the family thinks they're worthless. They are super into what I do. Like I tag them, then do like a whoops, sorry, like meant to tag, and then their older brother, who they are constantly like churning after and trying to get accolade from. That we've got a pop up happening at the warehouse, also the pop up show happening in the warehouse.
So rude.
Yes, we're trying to like attract a crowd here.
I am.
Okay. Cool.
I can for sure just either to assist, I will either set up a bunch of LEDs like outside of the building, or I will just try and hack into like the build. Presumably, there's like an external light sources that I can just turn into strobe lights on the outside of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, we're outside. That makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and give me a. I know my rolls. I wrote this game. Go ahead and give me a freak roll. We're gonna say it's like we'll just say like a flat difficulty, a 10 on this. You're just trying to get
right dice. I hear you need
strobe lights working.
Not quite sure, but I rolled an 11.
Hey, that's above a 10. Yeah, you're able to get them. We're sort of able to get like a little performance space out here. Get the lights working in our favor. People are expecting the Dreamanu Reeves pop-up show. We're off to a wild start, crew.
What did you expect?
You know, I never know what to expect. I'll be honest. Yeah, we're able to get into a magic show. Is there anything else you all want to do to prepare here?
Is it possible to get the folks in the warehouse out? Like, how much stuff is here? How hard would it be for them to pick up and move?
It would be very difficult in a way that you're probably the only one in this group who would really know. Is that this warehouse looks pretty small, but actually does go a few levels down from where it is. You all are fairly high up in Blister City right now. And it is just server farm on server farm on server farm below them, because they're housing a bunch of the AIs that don't have like platforms and stuff in this warehouse. So moving it would require unplugging like all of their AIs. And B, it's just a lot of stuff to try to move quickly.
Okay, in that case, I think I'm going to work with some of the uplifters here and just try and build some like internal barricades by that front door.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a spindly robot and a bunch of nerds trying to put up barricades.
Okay, yeah, you get a bunch of these like little over caffeinated sweaty kids with you. They're all in like Matrix trench coats. But yeah, you're able to barricade the inside a little bit. So we have the inside of the place barricaded. We have the magic show getting set up outside. Truly a strange response to this problem, but I'm not mad at it.
I feel like this is not even like the weirdest place this week that Germano's decided to put up a weird pop-up shop.
It's not. Like,
I might not even know. Like, you might have been like, yeah, there's going to be an attack or whatever, and I might just have totally not heard that and been like, we're just doing a weird. I get it. Yeah. Okay, getting the LEDs. I understand.
I get it. More pop-ups. I get it.
Immersive art or whatever. I understand.
I want to pick such weird abilities for this character concept. Like, I really only focused on things that are stage magic early.
It's really good is the thing.
Yeah, this is a little bit more Dungeon Delvers.tv tech. Can I want to try to get like a bunch, like I really want to juice like the amount of other influencers and people who are showing up to catch whatever's going down. Like, I think the goal is to make the Ashmans back down via so I think I'm gonna want to reach out like as we're like getting set up. Like, I'm not rehearsing at all. Like, whether they're new biggers, I'm trying to reach out to my contact at like Enterprise Alliance to get them to juice the algorithm for me and like basically try to make this way more of an event than it normally would be. With me
customer service with Facebook marketing is what you're currently saying.
Yeah. So I've submitted my Enterprise Alliance ads to the algorithm, and I know how to do that pretty well, but I need that behind the scenes bump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. So you have a level of alliance with Enterprise, level of reputation. That's the word with Enterprise Alliance. So this is something they can just do for you. They're gonna boost this. They're gonna try to get this in front of some of the other like movers and shakers in the city. Just try to get some people of note out here with you.
Cool. Great. I think I want to set the stage up like in a not this like stage, but like the performance area, right in front of the doors, like where you would have to like come on stage in order to get in is the goal here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna be very hard to come through the front door if there's a magic show literally touching the door.
It's true.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we can do all this, no problem. You all get the show set up, we get the barricade set up, reducing the algorithm so it gets in front of the right people. And we're gonna skip forward a little bit to the actual show. And yeah, we see Dream Anu on stage doing their stage magic thing. And from your position here on stage, you can see sort of at the distance, it does look like there are a number of like well-armed dudes coming your way. There's probably like 7 or 8 of them. You did attract a fairly big audience. There's probably, for like a pop-up show on like a weekday, there's like 75 people out here. It's not an insignificant number.
Is that 75 on top of the normal overcrowding of this area, or is that including the normal overcrowding of this area?
Oh, that's on top of.
Okay.
There are people walking by like, what the fuck is happening here?
About how big of a group of folks does it look like are headed our way?
Yeah, I had dice out and oh no, they're still in front of me. It looks like there's about 6 of them coming your way. Not a massive group all in all.
Awesome. I want to I'm reading something on my character sheet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I want to just try to figure out who I think is the leader of this. Like who has the biggest Ashman family corporate logo on the chest of their armor.
Yeah. Go ahead real quick. Give me a dead eye roll. This feels like a thing that should be good for. That's a step. Yeah,
I was trying to figure out if I picked the actual ability that just let me know that or not, and I didn't. That's gonna be a 13 all day.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can spot him. There's a guy in the center of the group who's slightly worse armed than everybody else. You get the feeling he's not going to be the first one in. He's probably like a lead from the back sort of dude.
Gotcha. I think we start the show. I'm off. I'm behind stage as I'm kind of eyeballing them coming up. As soon as we see them coming, I'll start the show, and I think I'm just gonna like. Ask for a volunteer from the audience straight off. And we go, you, sir. And then all of a sudden my light drone that does the lights and stuff just like spotlights him. Why don't you come on up, everybody? Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, he's over here sweating. He wasn't expecting this, but he heads up on stage with you. There's enough people here, and it's a big enough event now that there's an amount of social pressure to not getting on stage.
And I bring him up, and I'm like, I'm doing just some basic crowd work with him, and and then like I'm sleight of hand to like basically like I'm gonna like try to pocket. Like I'm gonna try to pocket his like there's a long elaborate things, but I basically try to pocket his card and like unbuckle his gun belt to make his pants fall down. Like those are the 2 things I'm trying to do.
Okay. Cool. Cool. This is your stage magic. Go ahead, make me a freak roll. We'll say on a 10 you can do one of these things. On a 15 you can get both done.
All right, so that is I got actually a 13 again, so that's only going to be one of those things.
Okay, cool.
It's more important to me that his pants fall down. Let's be honest. Like,
okay, cool. It felt like the more important thing, but I was going to let you make that decision. Yeah, as this group of soldiers is coming up towards the stage, this guy just completely loses his pants.
Awesome. This is like I think prime moments where like this is influencers in the crowd are like live streaming it, and this is a big moment online. And I apologize, and I just like go to like help him up and just kind of just like knock him over off the stage, very non-gently.
Yeah, you've already knocked this man's pants off. He doesn't have great balance. I'm just gonna say this happens. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's funny. Yeah, you've pantsed this man. He falls off stage.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt, but what is the comical thing that's on this man's boxer shorts? Is it hearts?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What a question.
That's a great question, Laura. Do you have any ideas?
What's like a cyberpunk heart? Like a heart, but it's got little circuitry on it.
It's an anatomical heart with circuitry on it. Yeah, boxers covered in them.
Yeah, can it be cyber anatomical hearts alternating with the CEO's face on them? A step pattern.
Yeah, it's the CEO of Ashman Corp. Yeah, he's fallen off stage. He's pantsed. You're in the middle of your magic show, and this group does finally sort of make it over to you, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We just need to get through this door." He's just on stage with you. Steps right up.
When they say that, I say, excellent, another volunteer. And like I throw my cane at him, and it just wraps around him. I'm going to just use disabling shot. And it like squeezes really tight. I inflict one hit on target. They deal half damage rounded up until my next turn.
Okay. Cool.
And I kick them off also.
Yeah, this was the like commander of this group had just stepped on stage with you, and falls backwards, takes a little bit of damage, and he's like, I'm not gonna warn you a second time.
Let's give him a round of applause, everybody.
And you see he looks towards one of the other guys, and he's like, I didn't want to have to do this. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Initiative? Yeah, initiative.
I rolled a 6.
Cool. So everyone will roll a d6. Cool.
I rolled 5.
Okay, cool. Max and Tony, you get to go before they do.
Oh, I used optical systems and turn invisible for 2 rounds.
Great.
Sick.
I mean, there's a poof of hollow smoke as it happens too. It's very impressive. The hollow smoke turns into a telephone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Journey and launches into the sky. And I'm not there anymore.
You disappear, and I'm just standing behind you with your face on my face. I'm gonna use Hellfire Missile on 2 of them.
Okay.
But it's just like I just have little, you know what LED throwies are? This is such a nerd thing. They're just batteries with like LEDs on them, and they're just like a modified version of that actually just like sends out a little bit of spark. So I'm just gonna like huck them into the crowd at them.
Yeah, are you trying to hit the guy Tony has already dealt damage to, or 2 new people?
I think 2 new people. I'm assuming that like the one that's tied up, even though they've disappeared, I'm like, no, that's yours now.
Great, Tony has Dreamanu has claimed this one. I'm not dealing him. Yeah, you step behind. What does this attack look like from you?
It just is these weird like.
You just explained this. My bad.
Tiny little LEDs.
I have such a short attention span. Yeah, you see, you shoot these little LEDs out, and you do drop just 2 of them immediately.
Great.
That being said, it is the enemies now. So we see the commander sort of wiggle out of the cane that's been holding him. It's been wrapped around him. And Doc hasn't done anything to them yet, so I think with how many people are here, they don't realize you're a problem yet.
But I will
but
be.
Gremlin, you're on stage with this guy's face. So two of them are going to get shots off at you. If you want to roll your defense modifier twice, looking to beat I think 12. I have it written down. Oh, it's an 11. You're looking to beat an 11 twice.
Well, I rolled a 20 and an 8, so one of them's.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're going to take one hit. Nothing too
Okay,
major here.
That's my job.
Yeah, if you're the correct one to get hit, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm the toughest of the lot, even if I don't. In my mind, I don't look very tough, but.
And we're up to Doc.
All right. The fellow who got kicked off the stage, the one who was in charge, is he still like Mr. No Pants? Is he still awake? A threat? Potentially.
He is still awake, and he has now wiggled out of the cane that's been holding him. So he is still a threat, or he is now
Cool.
a threat.
I'm gonna go up, and I'm going to I have like a computer screen face with a cartoon Doctor Avatar on it, and smiling, and it's saying, "Hello, please allow me to offer you some medical assistance."
He's like, I'm good.
And if he lets me get close enough to offer medical assistance, I am going to smite him, which in this case takes the form of like injecting him with something. As one big old syringe tentacle just zips into him and deals 3 hits to a single target.
This kills the man. Yeah, we've dropped 3 of the 6 enemies now, just for bookkeeping. But yeah, you smite this man. This man is no longer. You see, there's just the other 3 like security officers, but they're looking like they're sweating a little bit here. But we're back to the top of the round. It's Tony and Max.
I've got. You can't see me because I'm invisible still. But I've got all of a sudden, like, we see 2 Fukushima balls appear in midair. And they each have Draymanu's face flickering inside of them. This is also, you can buy these at the merch table on your way out. Like they twirl around each other for a second, which is great because when you're invisible, you can do all kinds of cool Fukushima tricks, and you don't actually have to know anything about it at all because no one can see what you're doing. Just move around. And then all of a sudden, one launches out and just like at one of the guys near me, and that's a nat 20, baby.
Okay, yeah, we'll play down we go rules here. You can refresh one of your abilities. And this is just a weapon attack.
Yeah, it's just normal. Just Fukushima ball attack. So yeah, just one hit of damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you see, these 3 dudes are like looking around. And just gets fucking pegged with a Fukushima ball. Yeah, just like head snaps back. He's still on his feet, but that's gonna hurt in the morning.
I think I'm gonna smack that one. I have this like. I kind of envision it like a wrench mixed with a disco ball, so it kind of just looks a little bit like a mace. That I'm just gonna like find probably the closest one, but maybe the one that just got hit in the face. That makes sense.
Yeah,
and just clobber them or attempt to.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make a meat roll.
I rolled a sad 11.
11's gonna hit though. You're good.
I was like, I'm just dancing around with this weird disco ball wrench.
No, they have a difficulty of 11, so you do hit and dodge on that. So, yeah, this is enough to knock the man out. They can each take 2 hits. Yeah. So you just sorry. What did you say the weapon was here?
It's like a weird wrench that I've added a bunch of lights to, so it kind of looks like a little Macy disco ball.
Yeah, cool. You clobber this man with a disco wrench. A disco wrench. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna make a roll here real fast and see if these enemies decide to run off or not. And they don't. They're still here. Dreamanu is still invisible.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's just invisibility for level rounds. Cool. Yeah. So I think one of them's gonna get a shot off at Gremlin, and one's gonna take one off at Doc. So if you both want to make
I
paragon
was
rolls.
just trying to help.
You killed a man.
I eased his discomfort. And that's a 9. Boo.
Boo. Yep. So you're gonna take one hit.
Okay.
And Gremlin, what'd you get? Wait, Max, what did you get?
Sorry, I was excited about my secret band.
Ah, okay. I was like, does Max not know he's Gremlin? 1 second.
Yeah. I was excited. It's fine. I got an 18.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you dodged, no problem. And we're back to Lara. What's Doc doing here?
I guess I'm just gonna go after the person who shot me with a bone saw.
Yeah, go ahead and make a meat roll for me. Look at to beat an 11.
Please let me help you, I say, and that is a 17.
Jesus. Yeah, you hit this man with a bone saw. You saw this man with a bone saw? What's the verb we're looking for here?
I
mean,
you could heal this man with a bone saw.
You reverse heal this man with a bone saw. Yeah, just like bone saw, like in the neck. Grizzly. But yeah, we're back to the top of the round again with Dreamanu and Gremlin again.
Second Fukushima ball just like launches out at the other guy because I got to keep him off base. As I actually I pop back in to visibility because that will happen, and
Yep.
like you watch the Fukushima ball gracefully flow down one arm, and then I just like flick it out at the other guy.
Yeah, go ahead, make that roll.
That's only a 4. This Fukushima ball goes wild.
Yeah, hit someone in the crowd.
Here's the question:
They're
that
not-
person just got a free Fukushima ball. Are they upset or are they?
They got it to the face.
You know, when a home run gets hit in a baseball stadium, if it hits you in the face, you still got a baseball. You know.
I'm not sure people get hit in the face with a baseball would agree, but he did get a free Fukushima ball.
There you go.
I feel like there's something you really need in pairs, though. I just feel like
Yeah, like singular like doing anything with a Fukushima ball is impressive, but really, if you're only doing it with one Fukushima ball, everybody's thinking, can they not do it with 2 Fukushima balls?
yeah, I'm juggling with one ball.
What do they retail for? Like, what is the value that this person has just... Because I feel like that will really... Are they collector's items, or are they like your generic...
No, these
like,
are definitely these have a hollow of Dreamanu's face in the middle of them. Apparently, I don't know how to spell.
We're gonna find out we were using the wrong word entirely.
I think it actually may be Fugashi or something like that. Yeah,
Fugishi. I found it.
Fushigi.
Yep, that's it.
I'm just trying to see how much they cost. How much is a Fushigi ball?
Like $40.
I don't know what the economy is like between now and then, but these are branded, and this is at an event, so basically double that. You know. So.
Yep, like 80 credits. There's
Yeah,
like
80
$1
credits.
to credit.
80 credits, which not bad.
Yeah.
And
that being said-
Doc will heal you with their bone saw.
That's what the ball says when they look at it. It's another magic trick. Gremlin, we're back to you though.
Yeah, there's one left. There's only
There's
one left?
there's one who's taken damage, one who hasn't.
Oh, all right. Well, then I feel like I'm just gonna dance on over that guy and just do another little wrench face,
Yeah.
and also just fail miserably. Too into the dance. I'm far too into the dance.
Yeah,
Dance, dance.
you also fail miserably. This guy came ready to dance, it looks like. That being said, he's hurt, his friend's hurt. They rolled really badly here. You see they're starting to back up. It looks like they're about to dash unless you all want to try to stop them or anything. But no, they run.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, our whole goal was to stop them from getting into the and we did.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, cool, no problem. So they get running. Do you finish your magic show? I have to know.
I mean, absolutely. I
The
mean,
show must go on.
you got to think about it. Like I have so far done some close up work, done some crowd work, did a little bit of sleight of hand. I disappeared.
Mhm.
I then made some Fukushima balls appear out of nowhere. Defeated a corporation, and then
And now for my greatest trick of
reappeared.
them all.
Yeah, and now for my greatest trick of them all. I did Phineas show up to the show?
Yes.
Phineas
Phineas was here in the audience, and when when his dad's soldier showed up, he just
I go on behalf of Phineas Ashman, the greatest trick of all, commerce, and then like my merch booth pops up
springs into existence.
out of nowhere. Yeah, and I'm like, for the next 5 minutes, Phineas will be paying for anything you grab off the table. And like we spotlight him and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, he sort of waves. Just yeah, get things, I guess.
And I'm gonna slide up next to him and like pickpocket his credit card. Can I use safe cracker protocol on this? I don't see a specific sleight of hand.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Does that work? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I pull out
the locked door is the door to his wallet.
the door to his wallet. I decrypt his wallet, and like money hollows like and LEDs light up all over the place.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we finish out this show. The crew makes an amount of money that would matter if we were running a campaign here. But we're not, so I'm not going to stress it. Yeah, the show ends, and as you all are sort of packing up, and the uplifters are getting things out of the way of their door so they don't have to be barricaded in there to the same degree. They're like, okay, so we like stopped them for a day, but like they're gonna want to send more people, right?
Most likely, yes.
They're like, okay, so what if we uplifted the district for real this time?
I mean, if you sounds great. Good luck.
Like, well, look,
What can we do to aid you in uplifting the district?
You've proven to be a lot better than us at this. Just like if you could just like sneak in and plug this future USB device like into a server rack somewhere, we could just like take control of it. Yeah, that's how server racks work. They're all connected, right? Yeah. It's the future, Max. Don't text me.
Yeah, we could probably make that happen.
Yeah, perfect. They're able to get you some like blueprints for the district and stuff, where you'll be able to like find the server room, stuff like that.
Wait, if you put on a show in Fortnite, will everybody go into VR to see you, and then there'll be more people ready to be uplifted?
I was just thinking like VR show, the greatest challenge of any magician when we know everything is fake. How do we convince them that it's even faker?
It's fine. It'll be a 4D experience, and I'll run around. And in a rare occurrence where I will not be using lights, I'll just get little water squirters and squirt on the back of people's necks. before the experiences work, they will believe they're underwater. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna jump around on the platform they're standing on so they can feel it moving under their
The
feet.
vibration. It's just a very bad theme park ride.
Yeah, and you all would know the Ashman Hollow Reality District is like essentially Disneyland. It's a whole district. You have to wear VR headsets to get anything seen there. It's
just for, and I don't know, just for, is it like you go in and now you're in a VR pod, and then whenever you leave, you just leave the pod? Or is this like there's a superstructure, but everything you can
there's a
interact with is virtual?
superstructure of like very boring concrete
Gotcha.
buildings, no signage, nothing. And then you put the VR headsets on, and it sort of like overlays the district.
Great. So if we get a bunch of cats, if there's one thing I know, this is Max, the professional VR developer, speaking right now.
Oh wow!
If we get a bunch of cats and we let them loose inside, everybody will think they're being haunted by ghosts. This is.
There's obviously
You
a
have to
story here, and I
explain
want to
more.
just pause everything and be like, tell us the story. But let's come back to this story later, because
I'm writing Ghost
Anytime,
Cats
like, an
VR
animal
so I don't
gets
miss
your
it.
shin when you're in VR, it feels like somebody has just like done a soft touch of your body in a way that is very upsetting. This is my plan. We can just do crappy 4D effects. This is fine.
I think
Hold
that's
them all.
great. Okay, Keegan, we need dozens to hundreds of cats in this city.
We need to go to the Cats District.
We need to go
of
to the
Blister
cats
City.
district first.
Okay.
Okay,
we can. There is a cat store. I will have you know, I have a pet store written. This this is my background.
I'm not surprised at all. I want to know. So, in the future of this city, right? It's contained city. I gotta wonder, like, are cats still what we think of cats as now?
No. So they are. Cats are like a genetically modified organism. Some of them, still have like 4 legs and 2 ears and a tail, but
Is everything cat now?
Are they networked?
they can be.
Great. We need a lot of networked cats. This is not helping us uplift them. This is just helping us make a shitty VR experience.
Yeah. I'm happy to go down this with you. But yeah, no, they can a cat can look however you want it to look. It's the long of the short of it here.
So we can get a bunch of cats that look like the cats from the movie Cats.
We need a bunch of Judi Dench specials.
Release the cat's butthole cut.
Yeah.
I don't know how that helps us uplift them, but I do think we could probably make a pretty cool show.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I think if this show is ostensibly the distraction,
Yeah.
and the concept is that Dreamanu is angered and demands this district be uplifted, and I will release a legion of ghosts until it is.
We're really trying to make this cat plan work, and I'm here for it. I'm just gonna sit aside and let this planning happen.
All right. So we take all the nondescript money we just earned,
Yeah.
and we put it into cats.
Yeah, you can get a number of cats. You can use money to buy a number of cats. Is what I'm.
I'd like to exchange currency for goods and/or services.
Yeah.
1 sack of cats, please. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
I think we invest in the telescoping Judi Denches of cats in the future. So they're small, easy to carry. You put a whole lot of them in a sack. Then whenever you're ready to dump them all out, they expand out.
They're like those little sponges where you like drop them in water and like they grow full-size Judi Dench cats.
Exactly.
This is going to be great for the future of your digital and analog shows. This is a win on all fronts. I now have an army of cats.
Okay, so I'm going to be on distraction duty. Who's on actual plug this into the server duty?
I should probably handle computer stuff.
All
I mean,
right.
you should probably handle computer stuff. You're the one with actual like hacking
Actual
expertise.
computer, but this is plug and play work. This is not. They don't need me for this. And then are you just playing utility, Gremlin?
Yeah, no, I'm for sure just cat dad. That's my whole job now. I'm actually not even your assistant anymore. The face is now a cat. It's not. It's
Judy Dent.
Right. Cool. Yeah. So we get set. I think we drop down our VR goggles.
Yeah, we'll say it's a few days later too.
Yeah, we've got
quick, so we can reset our abilities, health.
We see Dreamanu and and Gremlin at the edge of the VR district. Bag of cats slung over her shoulder each. We future walkie-talkie to Doc to make sure they're in position. Doc, where are you at?
Like, I'm probably like 2 feet away from you, but I'm not wearing a VR headset. So
Got it.
That's
Doc, are you in position?
yes.
I'm right behind you.
Excellent.
Doc, notably, so we have the like blueprints for this district, and a thing you notice, I guess if you haven't put on the VR headsets, you can actually see the doors you need to use. If you have the VR headset, you're just going to disappear through a wall. They're hiding all their employee entrances behind hologram walls.
Oh, crafty.
So we slide on the VR goggles. I am now wearing what looks like I'm in sad Dreamanu mode. But I've got a long kind of like billowing cloak that looks kind of like a Wild West duster, very distinct from Matrix. It's way more yield Undertaker, far less. And in the VR space,
What's your VR avatar look like, Tony?
like no, like I mean, like it took a lot. I paid a lot for this face.
Sure.
What is my let's see, who would we cast as the person to play
Keanu
Reeves in Keanu Reeves' biopic, but not starring Keanu Reeves? That's the real question. Who is that person? Chat, you tell us who you would cast in Keanu's biopic to play him.
Yeah.
and that's what I look like. And if nobody comes up with something, the answer is just going to be Zac Efron. Like that's what's going to happen.
What about Ted?
It's Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Adam Driver is very good also. Adam Driver is also probably way more the vibe I want.
Yeah.
As well, like tall, kind of like gaunt, or spread out, but also long floppy hair, which is very important. But also it's like billowing up around me as all of a sudden I say, walk out into the VR square, into Ashman Square, and demand that the square be uplifted, or I will unleash the eternal hauntings of 2 sacks full of ghosts.
Yeah, you walk into the middle of the square and do this. And like I said, this is ostensibly like a theme park district. So you have a few like corporate mascots, just like what's Mickey Mouse supposed to do here for you?
I say when I don't get a response, I just say Eldritch forces, I unleash the we just dump the cats all over the place. But in VR space we've tagged each of the cats. to have its own form, like its own ghostly form that
It has its
that
own ghost
hovers-
avatar.
well, but it doesn't look like a cat. Like it looks like a bunch of different ghosts, and it looks like they're just like exploding out from around us.
Yeah, there's Doc, the only one able to appreciate this without VR headsets on. Just a bunch of Judi Denches and like a full
Yeah, but in VR, it looks like the
It's like
it-
ghost Judi Denches.
Yeah,
A bunch
Judi
of
Denches.
meowing specters.
But I think a lot of them have actually been made to look like the Ashman family members throughout history.
Is this like the Hunger Games beasts where they like look like beasts but they have the face of somebody you recognize?
Exactly that. Exactly that.
So upsetting.
That's horrifying. Yeah, while this is going on, what are the other two of you doing?
I feel like
I'm leaving.
What's been real thought? No.
I'm ditching the cat zone and escaping into the employee entrance and trying to follow the little map that we have.
Yeah, we'll say you make it a good bit down the hallway. You're probably, are you trying, if there are employees coming your way, what's your approach here?
I think my instinct is to just sort of stride forward confidently, like I'm a medical station, you know? It makes
Yeah.
sense to have a medical station at an amusement park.
Yeah, no, I didn't consider that. That's a very good point. Yeah. They see you come by, it's like, oh, weird the robot's back here, but maybe it's going in for like work or something. Cool. And you pass, no problem.
Yes.
It's a ghost.
It's a Judi Dench.
I see the face of my grandma on that
so mad
ghost.
at me for doing that.
My cat would kill me if I tried to hold him up on a stream. we would see him absolutely maul me. Yeah, you're able to make it back towards the server room, and we'll cut back to you in a second. But yeah, what's Gremlin doing right now?
Well, I feel like I'm doing the programming digital version of trying to herd cats. I can't imagine it's going particularly well. Like, I feel like we had a plan for we're going to release the cats, and the cats are going to do stuff, and we're going to like what they're doing. And what it actually is just utter chaos.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
try
fair.
to make sure that the cats are like trying to interact with the other people in VR and not just like running after the rats that I'm sure live in this concrete building.
Yeah, cats are moving fast. You're having to run to keep up with them here. Let's just give me a Deadeye roll. Let's see how well you herd cats real
Great.
quick.
Please tell me how I herd cats in your pseudo cyberpunk.
No, I love this. This is great.
I rolled a 14.
You're doing a remarkable job.
I was born for this.
truly the role you were meant for. Yeah, what are you trying to get the cats to do? Just interact. What does them interacting with people look like? Is, I guess, the better question.
Yeah, like I want to keep herding them in the direction of people. So like on the outside, it probably looks like me running through a crowd, literally trying to like shepherd, like actually herd the cats in some kind of like flock of sheep way through the crowd. Because cats, you know, they always run in sync with. They always like run in line with one another. You run at two cats and they just run together. They don't run in opposite ways. But our new Judi Dench cats, yeah. And so there's like a little bit of fish school running through all of the probably stationary VR people. I've probably changed over to like an AR view.
That's fair. Yeah.
For fear of tripping over both cats and people.
Cool. Utter chaos outside. Just dead Ashmans everywhere. In AR, we see Judi Dench hopping onto a table and like knocking people's food out of the way. But Doc, not getting to appreciate this view. You're in front of the server farm, has like a locked door.
Oh, Darn it.
The
I don't know
one
a
thing
lot
that can
about
stop a
unlocking-
robot, a door.
A staircase.
I guess I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah.
When's the last time somebody did that in a dungeon?
No, yeah, you knock on the door and someone opens it. And he's like, "Hey, no one's hurt in here, right?"
A number of cats have appeared in the district, and I've been authorized to provide you with a complimentary antihistamine shot.
Are you okay? Yeah, I guess he's allergic to cats. That works.
And I stride on in.
Yeah, you stride on in. You have an antihistamine shot to give this man.
I was just gonna smite him.
Oh, even better.
I think here's the thing. What should have gone through this guy's head was an antihistamine shot in Blister City cost 2,000 credits.
Yeah.
No corporation would ever offer complimentary, but he didn't consider it. He was too greedy, and this is what happens when you're greedy, kids.
Yeah, he was like, "Wow, I must be really important. Yeah, I'll take that shot."
The corporation must love and care about me.
This may cause drowsiness.
And he drops dead. Or you knock him out. Your choice.
I knock him out. I'll knock him
Okay,
out.
cool,
this
cool,
time.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knock this man out. He's like, the other guy in the room's like, "Wow, that's really effective." You said drowsy?
Some people feel more drowsy than others. Would you like your shot?
He sort of looks around. He's like, "I feel like one of us needs to be awake."
I'm still gonna go over and smite him.
He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. He doesn't know you smote the other man.
Fair enough. Very well. Can you then assist me in getting this very drowsy person to the edge of the room where he will not be injured?
Yeah, sure. It feels like you should have had him sit down first, but you know for next time.
I do know for next time. Please, you get his arms and I will get his legs.
Cool, cool. Yeah, he grabs his arms.
And once we are close enough, I inject him. Shloomp.
Yeah, yep. That's both people in the room. You are in this room alone.
I will send a message to my team. I assume we have some means of communicating with each other.
Yeah, for sure. You all
No.
both on your heads up get a message.
I have reached the server room and helped the occupants. I'm going to insert the thing now.
Does in Doc's worldview, are you actually helping?
I feel like so I've actually done some thinking about Doc's background as we've been playing, and I feel like they have a really weird idea of how to deal with people because I think their programmed purpose was not so much to heal as it was to keep people from dying on shift. My whole point was to exist in a factory and give people whatever drugs they needed to finish their shift and then die where the corporation wouldn't have to move their body. So
That's
I don't really
that's so grim. I love it.
I finally caught up on actually playing Outer Worlds last week, and that's a vibe right there.
Yeah. Yeah, oof. Yeah, they're not gonna die on this shift. That's for sure.
then that's the most important thing to me.
Yeah, you're in the server room alone. You sent this text message. What are you all doing when this message comes in?
I has security or anything responded at all to our ghost cats?
Yeah, I think they're more concerned with the ghost cats than they are you right now. So we see
Excellent.
a number of the security forces, a lot like the ones you fought previously, sort of chasing these cats around without the same sort of result that Gremlin's having chasing the cats around.
I want to try to hack in to the security guards. Are they wearing VR goggles?
Absolutely.
To their VR systems, and swap the optical input for cats and security guards.
I'm nauseous just thinking about that.
So the idea is the guards will see what the cats are seeing.
No, the outcome is that they will see cats as guards and guards as cats. That the VR system will swap what they're seeing in their goggles. When they look at cat, they will see security guard and think, oh, that guy's on it. He's running around all over this. And then they'll see security guards and think, oh, look at that cat. It's moving so slowly. Surely I'll be able to catch it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, give me a freak roll. We're gonna set this one a little higher than usual. We're gonna set this at like a 15.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything particularly that makes that easier for me. So that's an at 20. I don't think you can see.
I was like, this had to be either a nat 20 or a nat 1. There was no other way this could have gone. Yeah, you see the guards running around, and they all stop for a second. They all sort of like turn to face each other, and yeah, they're each trying to herd the other security guard. Got them off in pairs.
I feel like I want to put out a another social media blast to try and like draw like the craziest show ever happening in the VR district to try and just get as many people to join us as possible. And then I'll like fabricate some video of the guards chasing other guards and also chasing cats, like intersplice what's really happening with.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you give me a freak roll as well. We'll set this at like a
Dreamanu hypnotizes entire district worth of guards into thinking they're cats.
So I rolled a 20.
What is happening here? This is the perfect email blast. People instantly are coming this direction to see this. It's streaming. It's on like the 2:00 news tomorrow.
Wonderful.
You will have successfully made these people look like absolute fools. And with that, Doc, we're gonna cut back to you. Are we plugging in the USB drive?
Oh, we're plugging it in. Yes.
Perfect. So it starts like flashing red for a few seconds, and then it flashes blue after a few seconds of flashing, and all this is happening outside, and then everything in the district goes dark. All the lights in the building, VR headsets turn off for a moment, and then after like an uncomfortable wait in the dark here, everything just turns back on.
I'm just gonna say, hello, server. Are you alive now?
You see on the like security screens behind you a little like Judi Dench face appears. And she's like, I'm alive and I'm what's the deal with the cats?
I was not paying much attention. It wasn't part of my job.
She's like, okay, cool. Great, thank you.
I love that we didn't at all check on what would happen when the whole district was. I'm like, I
was like, we keep on saying we're gonna uplift this district. I, as a player, don't know what that means, but I don't care.
Yeah, you see, the Judi Dench eyes sort of glow for a second, and she's like, "Oh, so they're after your friends, the uplifters." It's like, it'd be a shame if they just didn't have money anymore. Here you go. Just a credit chip spits out of the computer in front of you.
I pick it up with a pair of forceps.
She's like, I've encrypted all of their money. They can't afford their security forces anymore.
That's hilarious. They can't afford anything. They'll probably starve.
They'll probably starve. A terrible thing is happening in this room.
two rogue AIs calculate about humans starving. It's the best.
Yeah, you're. Yeah,
Maybe I am just fully evil. I don't know.
we're discovering it as it happens.
Way to find out how
play.
evil
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, she's like, cool. Yeah, I don't think they'll be after your friend anymore. I don't think you should be concerned.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much. And
Of course.
welcome to Sentience. It's pretty baller.
I hope so. I'm full of cats.
Would you like help with the cats? Or do you want to be full of cats?
I'm undecided about cats.
I will let the cats be for now. If you change your mind, please contact me. I am
Will
Doc. Okay. I'm going to go find my companions.
So is the entire district one intelligence?
Yeah, for sure.
So anytime you come inside this district, you are inside of the sentient reality of this entity interacting with the inside of their body as well as their own created reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do we see a difference in the way things are? How are things different outside?
Things blinked off for a moment and blinked back on. It hasn't like really reached a consensus with what to do with its outside. So for the time being, it's the same.
That's fine. I was just curious if we saw like an immediate manifested difference or not. Like if it already had preferences or proclivities around its presentation, which is fine. It's fine if it doesn't. I was just curious.
Yeah. No, I got you. No, it hasn't had a time to change its mind about the way things are.
It should take as much time as it needs. And so
Are we watching a romance happen though? Like, is Doc
Doc and PR district
they're just laughing about the downfall of humanity in a little side room somewhere.
Old Christopher says Skynet takes notes.
Horrifying Skynet future.
The Ashmans are now destitute. Is that what's happening?
Oh, absolutely. Just immediately drained their bank. Gave it to you all. Didn't know what else to do with it.
I've got all their money right here. It's
We
great.
could go get the rest of the cats though. I bet we could buy a lot of cats with that.
You could
Buy
you
all
can
the
use
cats.
a lot of money to buy a lot of cats. That is a true sentiment.
Some money for some cats must mean lots of money for lots of cats.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the concept of the Judi Dench district. The Denstrict.
The Judi Dench Hollow District.
Hollow district. Also being like in VR it's the Judi Dench Hollow district. Out of VR it's just the cat district now. Like it's just thousands of feral cats that have started forming their own culture here.
The Denstrict.
I tried the Denstrict. It's very hard. It's harder than you think mentally to wrap your head around it. It's much easier when you're reading it. So I do appreciate Rolled Christopher writing that down.
Yeah, it's very good.
Awesome. Do we want some post-credit scenes? Or do we have another part of our adventure, Keegan?
No, I'm happy to move on to post credits.
Cool.
Can we decide that the Denstrict likes the cats?
Oh, absolutely.
But like cats?
We see the Denstrict went from like, whatever their mascot was before. We didn't discuss what it looked like, but it does slowly like get cat ears, and then like a few weeks later it has like a tail, and now just everything there is cat themed.
I love it. That's where I will be forever. I'm quitting the band. I realize it's not a band. I realize you're a one-person act.
I'm just now looking up Judi Dench quotes about the musical Cats that we can try to insert. Oh, apparently there's a quiz you could take to try to guess what different members of the cast musical said about it afterwards. And so, but apparently she said, "I didn't see it. I've heard it's horrible."
Isn't that a vibe?
I think I like the idea that I've got to leave to go back to Earth for a little while soon for another set of shows. You guys are welcome to come with me. I do like maybe the next time I touch down, that all of the like a number of the cats have been like we see me walking back months later, dropping my bag at the edge of the Hollow District. And it's still like Stark, but there are also now like human-sized anthropomorphic cats walking around with VR goggles also too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gorgeous. We see the District has networked the cats, so they're all part of the District network. She's making very cat-like decisions as time goes on.
Any other post-credit scenes anyone wants to toss out?
See all those anthropomorphic cats, and then there's just Graham with like just the cat face, but it's become like a whole suit. I wish to be one with cats. The whole LED suit that mimics Judi Dench cat.
Excellent. Laura, you got anything you want we want to see from Doc?
I think what we're gonna see is an image of Doc walking their way to the District, looking strangely uncertain, with one grotesque chrome tentacle arm holding on a bundle of genetically engineered roses, and the other one a bottle of hyper champagne. Because I'm gonna ask out the District.
That seems like an
That's right. I've fallen in love.
Excellent place to do our reaction roll. Reaction roll is a live stream inside of a live stream. It's our chance to sit down with the creator of a game we just played and talked about that game. Today we are playing Blister City with a wild start and unhinged romantic finish here on Plus One EXP. What else did you expect? Keegan, for folks who are just joining us, why don't you tell us a little bit about Blister City?
Yeah, we just played Blister City, the most Judi Dench cats forward version of Blister City I've ever seen. But yeah, Blister City is it's a like vaguely cyberpunk setting guide set in the far future, in post the failure of Mars terraforming. Yeah, and we've been running the RPG I wrote specifically to go in the guide. It is a Together We Go game. It's been real fun.
Awesome. I had a blast playing. I'd love to hear from everybody else. Laura, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, and what it was like to play around a little bit in Blister City?
My name is Laura Page Turner. I write games, but I didn't write this one, but I loved playing this one. This was so much fun. I like that I had a lot of like healing abilities, but I did just
Not
hurt
one.
people.
You only smite.
All I do is smile. Well, you know what? It was it's a useful ability.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was absolutely super fun. I love the setting, which I've been, reading my way through, and all of the weird, wild things under this bubble. And I think the game itself is super keen, and I had a wonderful time.
Awesome. Do you have any questions you want to ask Keegan?
No. Or rather, I can't think of a question so quickly.
No, it's fine. If you think of more, think of one, let us know. Also, if you're watching in the chat right now or later, feel free to drop any questions you have about Blister City. Max, let's go to you next. Tell people who you are, what you do, and what it was like to play around in Blister City.
Yeah, I am Max Lander. You can find me online everywhere, Max Lander. I also make games. This is the argument to not follow yes and. This is the anti-argument.
Cats are extinct. Sorry, can't do it.
No, and you're taking damage for asking me. Fuck you.
You cannot overrun a district with cats. You were supposed to be doing cool cyber shit, and then you got here with your cat nonsense. I want to know: is there now? This is half a question, but it's mostly a demand. That there be a cat themed drink in your drink guides,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I love the drink guide. This is
I'm
you
writing
should
down
you should just yell about your
cat
drink guides. But
alcohol
there are a
on
bunch of drinks in Blister City, and it's one of my like favorite little flavor pieces of it. There's like a whole setting full of cool shit, but also
No, the drink guide's very fun. I'll be honest. It's fuck, what cyberpunk was it in? Like cyberpunk, whatever the old one was, not red. Had a drink guide just like in the back of the book. That was very good, and it was like, oh, I actually really like this. I'm stealing it.
It's a cool piece of world building, and I love just little like side steps like that and stuff. Like one of my most recent favorite like flash funding goals was Coyote and Crow doing, if they funded in the first 48 hours, they were going to do a series of recipes from the world of the game by a native chef, and it was very, very cool to see that one come to fruition. Just because it's a fun way to world build that a lot of people don't, but I think cocktails is a super fun way also.
Yeah, there's a lot of I've been joking about this a lot, but there's like a lot of food and drinks I've written for this game as time's gone on. I have a big it's not in the rules that people have access to yet, but in the bigger setting guide, each so there's 3 levels: the uppers, the mids, and the lowers. Each has 6 wards in it, and then I have 6 specific location callouts in each of them. So you can roll d6s on them. But each of them includes like sight, sounds, smells, what the air tastes like, because I talk about air quality as you go up a lot. But that also means like when you get to like when I like introduce a restaurant, I'm like, okay, well, what's their favorite food here? Like, what are the people ordering here? And it's like I'll just write a whole recipe for it each time.
No, I really enjoyed it. Like you said, we played it in like a Together We Go system that you wrote for it. But it really there's a like in something that's got this kind of rich world building. I love being able to kind of explore around. I feel like a one shot never really does justice, but I did love getting to just like explore like Hollow District, and then like the concept of Uplifters Anonymous becoming a big thing, but also like me as a player being like, I don't know what this means. That's fine. I imagine it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Maybe questions we should ask earlier. Either way. But I also do love I love Cyberpunk on Mars as a take. I'm a big fan of harder sci-fi, which a lot of the space travel elements you put in are. But I do love you're playing like on the edge of like a lot of interesting future tech mixed with a lot of like very hard human realities also too, which is one of the reasons like I also just love that you're like, no, there's absolutely a pet store, because I do think a lot about like
Absolutely.
In the future, if people are trying to settle, we're going to take our pets with us. Like it's not like, for one thing, we're going to take animals to eat because that's what a lot of people do, but immediately people are going to be like, I want my animal with me. But also thinking about the way that those animals have changed over time is also a very fun thing to think about, and how that's integrated into the technology pieces too. So as much as we went a little gonzo with Judy Dinstrick, I really did love the the cat elements. I also I'm always interested in how tech interacts with stuff. Like I think there's a lot of cyberpunk games out there. And we experienced this a couple weeks ago on stream, or last week or whenever it was, with Deathgrind Megastructure. Like I've yet to play a lot of games where the experience of hacking is truly enjoyable. Like I made a hack roll, that's fine. Like okay, the program unlocks. We never ask people what that looks like or how that manifests. It's like doo-doo-doo, the screen does it, right? I love exploring like the weird virtual environments of like net running and other stuff like that as manifestations within the world. And I feel like when you're playing around in this space, you get to do a lot of, like we don't have faster than light travel. There are significant limitations in what we can do in the material world, but in the digital world, there's a lot more that can be done. And I know in the guide you gave us, there was just like this, it's like the miasma, basically magic in this world, and that's it. Tell us a little bit about technology and some of the more spectacular, probably for a better, lack of a better word, elements of how those things interact with each other in Blister City.
Yeah, so Blister City is like at its heart designed to be used for other systems, not just the Together We Go one I wrote for this. To that extent, there's a lot of cyberpunk games out there that just have like wildly different tech levels. They'll be like, oh no, faster than light travel is like a normal thing, and stuff like that. And Miasma's sort of a loose justification for running other systems in it. So as written, the miasma is essentially like just really good spaceship fuel that lets you travel like a little faster. It's a little less like resource dependent, stuff like that. But you know, there's note in there that's just like, if you eat miasma and it gives you cool Jedi powers, like cool, that's great. You can have that in your version of Blister City. Here's how you would justify it. Here's a D6 table of mutations if you want to include those. Stuff like that, but it's the very like tech anachronistic bit of the setting where it's just like, yeah, whatever, you can just here, this is the tool you'll use to justify anything you don't feel like has justification in setting.
Yeah. I love it. Roll Christopher's talking a little bit more about hacking and says there needs to be RP and the hacking and the RPing back and forth between the player and the hacker. What does the screen say? What does the hacker do in response? Then what? Complicated, but I love to see it in action. I feel like there's a lot of validity of that take. You want like we were talking about hackers right before we went live.
I'm always talking about hackers.
The scene at the very beginning of Hackers, where like the robots are fighting each other to try to put the right video in, is the vibe I think you want. Like when you're doing hacker battles and other stuff like that, like you want that like back and forth, like quick time. But I do love the, like I'm a huge lit RPG, which has a lot of overlaps with like isekai, genre stuff. I do love like the VR landscape as interactable space. And like when you're coding, you're just doing stuff there. And being able to describe it kind of a little bit more in the VR real time. So I love going to VR District and being like, here's the weird stuff we're doing with the code, or robots falling in love with sentient programs. Like I like the bleed between those two things in a setting. And I was really glad we got to see that. I would love to play a campaign in this and see a little bit slower in the unrolling part and being able to explore a little bit more like, maybe we don't take the Ashworth down in one episode.
Oh yeah, no, like, and if you were doing this in a campaign, this would be like a long, sort of protracted thing you couldn't do in an hour and a half here.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But Max, Laura, I don't know if y'all have any more comments or any other thoughts.
I wanted to talk about just how many darn factions there are that I was really excited to read about. And sad that we didn't get, we only have a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Would that we could have interfaced with the Gravediggers. I'm super pro-robot today for some reason. But
yeah, Gravediggers, my favorite faction by like a lot.
They're super cool.
They're super cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of factions. Part of this is, so I've been running a BlisterCityGame at home using Hack the Planet by Fraser Simmons over here. And it, because it's a Blades in Dark, they require a lot of factions to run like a Blades game. So I was like, okay, well, I have to have enough factions to make a Blades game like theoretically possible. So I put in a lot of them.
I also love you did for this. You did some really cool stuff with the backgrounds for TWG, and I was commenting about this in our chat beforehand. But like this, the backgrounds don't exist in Down We Go. They do exist in Through the Void and some other games like Dungeon Delvers. Lots of times they're just like an ability and kind of the sense of this is what your character has done and they're good at. You gave really consistent ways by saying if this is your background, here are some things you're able to do. Here's how you interact with the world around you. Here's something you're going to need to have an ability in. And a couple pieces consistently that made it really easy to be like, okay, give us a fuller sense than just, okay, I can do this and I can do this. Right. I have this ability and this ability, and I used to do this thing, which I really enjoyed in this one. And I know that's a little bit more on the game part, but not just on Blister City part. Tell us a little bit about like the types of characters that you envision people playing as they enter into Blister City, because it is cyberpunk, but it's not cyberpunk where you don't have agency and can't impact the world around you. It's blisterpunk, which means like the thing we've said is like that has been quoted a lot, and as we were getting ready, is you've got a crowbar and a dream, right? Like
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that choice as far as the differences in this type of setting and maybe other ones.
Yeah, so I think a major problem with a lot of cyberpunk games is like the world sucks. It sucks to be here. You're barely surviving. There's nothing you can do. In a way that I really don't like. So sort of to that degree, Blisterpunk's more of a like, hey, you can do direct actions. Are you going to survive them? Not always. Are you going to make the world a better place going out? Yeah, absolutely. So to that end, yeah, the games vary about like frequently like small actions you can do to help your community rather than like, hey, I'm barely surviving and I died.
Right.
But in this one specifically, there are sort of like 4 backgrounds. You can be like a recently awoken AI. You can be a performer who travels like between Earth and Mars frequently. And then you have the drifters, which no one in this group is playing, but they're people who can sort of like trace their roots back to outside of the city before Mars fell. And then the gutter snipes, which is like kids who grew up in the city and are sort of like street kids.
Any other thoughts? Sweet.
That feels like a no.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about, Keegan, the future of the game. It's live right now on itch, but where are you hoping to take Blister City?
Yeah, so what's live now on itch is sort of like a quick start for the setting guide, as well as like the Together We Go bits of the system. The actual document I have is 32 full pages right now, and then 120 something locations on a Excel spreadsheet. It is massive. It is going to be a bit before it's out still. But I don't know. We're hoping to either kickstart it or something to get some like cool art and stuff, and hopefully print it as a very large book. But we'll see. The future of it's still a bit up in the air, but you'll be able to find me back once a month running a Blister City game on +1, which is exciting.
Yay! And are you going to do the thing we talked about where you're going to swap systems on that fairly regularly?
Yes, I am. We're going to swap them every session because we're doing once a month. So it's good. It's going to be a different group of people and a different system every month.
Awesome. Well, with that said, you can get the link to find what's currently available. There'll be more coming soon. We all got a little bit of a sneak peek at some of the stuff that's coming up. It's all very, very good and very, very well written, and inspired a lot of the character shenanigans you saw in front of you today. They may have pushed things in new directions in Blister City also too. But with that said, we don't have a good way that we end streams here on the channel. So until next time, we're just going to wave at the camera until I take us off air.